Agora é o Ceará em 360 graus. Tá.
Estamos de volta ao vivo aqui do estúdio, primeiro dia de atividades do nosso Ceará Global 2020. E vamos começar com um painel cujo título é O Ceará em 360 graus. Vou apresentar a vocês,
And now,
senhoras e senhores,
ladies and
convidados.
gentlemen, our
Mônica
guests,
Luz,
Monica
presidente da Câmara
Luiz,
Setorial de Comércio
President
Exterior e
of
Investimento Estrangeiro,
the Chamber of
Mariana
Commerce and
Zonari,
Foreign Investments,
curadora do
Mariana
OPovo,
Zonari,
e Rômulo Alexandre
and
Soares,
Romulo Alexandre
vice-presidente da
Soares,
Câmara
Vice
Brasil-Portugal
President
no
of
Ceará.
Brazil-Portugal
Chamber
of Commerce. So the questions for our guests could be sent by the WhatsApp number that Mauro is mentioning now. So as moderator, our guest is journalist from OPovo, Neila Fontinelli, and now is going to comment what we do. Neila, good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's a great honor to be part of this event. It's such a difficult moment, so I'd like to thank Mauro or Romulo Alexandre, who's here with us, Mônica, Mariana, who are part of all of this. Ceará Global for 4 years now, this year in a totally different format. And I'm very grateful for this opportunity to be able to participate. So many investments during so many years, editing the guide that shows Ceará that tries to make it right, trying to take advantage of our natural resources, logistics, and to get together with the rest of the world through our tourism, etc. And before we really begin, I'd like to ask Romulo to tell us a little bit of the story of Ceará Global, the story of this international process, which is a process that happens sometimes evolving well and sometimes not so well. We have the port of Pecém, with many international companies with the capacity of attracting foreign investments. We have the Mucuripe port, also showing that there is capacity to receive important investments. And I'd like to ask Romulo, please, to tell us a little bit about this story. Good morning, Mariana, Neila. It's great to be participating in this panel. And the topic Ceará Global, the future in 360 degrees. Neila, we could go very far in this whole story of internationalization of our economy in Ceará. Many generations of people that have been great entrepreneurs beyond our seas. But President Beto mentioned he's someone responsible for this movement in 2017, the moment where we defined the identity. And, it all began in Rotterdam when the governor, and Beto mentioned this, when the governor signed the first protocol. The Brazilian date, we had the opportunity to talk about Ceará. At the time, Secretary César Ribeiro, Economic Development, the governor, Camilo, president of FIEC, many reps talking about Ceará. And then the Dutch talked about Ceará. And we have the opportunity, Mariana, to talk exactly about this. We need a movement that talks about this. So many foreign companies here, and Neila knows about this. Today, there's a study together with José about foreign investments in CEARÁ, more than 8,000 companies with foreign capital here in the state. And so it's great to see that the state of CEARÁ, the third largest exporter for blades for air generators, for wind power generation. And so all of this began in Rotterdam. And then after, these founders that were in the opening panel came up with this project where the idea is to show the world that's coming to Ceará and Ceará that's going to the rest of the world. Romulo, I'm looking at the panel with my face. I can see where I am and the three of you. It's kind of strange, it's something new for me, but it's interesting with this pandemic and all of this, we've become more global, really. I mean, shortening the distances. Maybe Monica, who works with all of this, if she could tell us these trails and what opportunities you see, because it seems that we've closed ourselves up. Everyone is afraid of physical contact, but at the same time, there's so many possibilities. Yes, good morning, Neila. Bom dia. Yeah, undoubtedly, it's a different format, like you mentioned. I mean, so, it's a difficult phase in this pandemic. Maybe we're not going to hold the event. Let's, put this off for later. And we thought exactly about this. It was a different moment. And our characteristics of being very entrepreneur. And we couldn't let this opportunity pass us by, this opportunity that we could connect with places that we wouldn't be able to connect with in other years. So we wanted to show more of Ceará. And, during this project, we also had this evolution, sometimes quickly, sometimes not so quickly. So we've already been doing the event, but in these 3 months, putting together these panels, this whole process, people in Brazil and Ceará, and the whole world, many other countries. And so really, the moment created this facility. So we were able to reach out and we were able, even before beginning the event, taking Ceará to many, many places and in Brazil and the rest of the world. Perfect. Mariana, for me, you're a revelation, a true revelation. Since the first contact I had with you, you showed us your side that's an entrepreneur, bringing people together, and you show the strength of people that are getting into the market now. Could you tell us about the innovation that's coming up? What can be done? I mean, what do you see that can be done at this moment? Good morning, bom dia. First of all, it's a great pleasure to be here in this panel with Romulo and Monica. I mean, 2 people that I admire greatly and that inspire me every day. Thank you so much, Neila, for the presentation. And so, something that Monica mentioned just now we were thinking of perhaps putting off the event this year, of not holding the event. And Romulo said something very important at the time. He said, let's not let the new coronavirus win against us. And we decided, to do this kind of format, but we thought, well, we don't want just a simple event with just talks. We want to connect people. We want to create a change, connections that will last even after the event, and results that will change CEARÁ and change the world. And I was thinking about this, that we thought in having this total immersive movement in CEARÁ Global, that for me is something unique. I mean, we're seeing an event where we have experiences with virtual reality. Participants received in their homes those Google glasses, cardboard glasses, accessing the port of CEARÁ, the port of Rotterdam. We'll have the launch of an incredible video made by Romulo. I'm not going to talk too much about it because he created this video, 360-degree video that's going to show the entire trail of development that we have in CEARÁ, and also the hackathon within the event. That was a great innovation, a hackathon. It's models of events that allow us to create in a short amount of time solutions, innovative solutions for real pains of our market, real solutions. And it's great to be part of this movement. It's really, really wonderful. Romulo, could you talk to us about some of the numbers? I mean, how much have we advanced from the first CEARÁ Global? I remember the first edition at OPovo, we did a whole part in English. I remember many people didn't know that we were going to have a bilingual edition. And I remember, CEARÁ Global already motivated this publication, and it already came, shifting some paradigms. I remember the event was at FIEC, and then we had this whole edition in English of the newspaper, really showing what exists internationally in the city of CEARÁ. I know you work a lot with research. Could you tell us about the numbers? I mean, how much we've moved forward? Neila, I remember in Rotterdam we were talking with Jocélio and others, and a journalist, we were talking about this moment. And I said, Duma, when we go back, OPovo can be one of our partners in a project where once a year, at least one day of the year, we're going to talk about international business in CEARÁ. And Duma accepted right away, and I'm never going to forget the first edition of CEARÁ Global, when there was a whole edition in English. It was really, really wonderful. And I said at the time to Duma and others, communication is the key. It's really the key to go international. And you need trust. And so what Grupo OPovo has done with the investment guides, the Northeast guide, and then the logistics guide, so all of the bilingual or trilingual information that we've had about our business environment, because it impacts the trust of investors. With no knowledge, that creates uncertainty. Uncertainty brings about risk. And so this work, I consider the part of communication that OPovo has done together with others is instrumental to go international. And we've had results. I mean, we know that ships transport cargo. 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 We know that ships transport cargo investors. But the first CEARÁ Global, we still didn't have the PECEM hub like we have today, and we didn't have the airport hub like we have today. This happened in the last 4 years. So this really changed our relationships with the world. You can see that today, PECEM and Mucuripe have a space. There is vocation. I believe that Mucuripe can do this, and PECEM for all of the Northeast. CEARÁ looks at the ocean, but we also look towards the hinterland, the countryside, where agriculture is growing and developing. And so we've been advancing in foreign trade. I mean, the numbers are excellent. Although the moment is difficult, it's true. I'm looking at Leila here. I prefer to look at Leila here. So, you know, the change of scenario, even if it's been impacted by the new coronavirus, I believe that CEARÁ is on an upward trend. Because, you know, the advantage of knowledge you can put anywhere in the globe, but vocational advantages are unique. And CEARÁ has a geographic position that has been decisive for the air hub, the port hub, and the tech hub. Monica, if you could tell us about the role of universities in all of this. Used to say, our problem is that we don't speak English, we're from CEARÁ, we're Brazilians, we're in a poor state. I mean, there's a difficulty of language. Homeless said, no, but there's the Brazil-Portugal Chamber of Commerce. There are many countries. And then we started working with the Brazil-Portugal Chamber of Commerce, and others started also working with this Brazil-Italy, Brazil-Germany, then a French Chamber of Commerce most recently. So let's hear more about university, you know, in a world that's more and more international. What possibilities do you see? Well, Neila, all of this development needs to have a sustainable basis that's education. So our friend Ricardo Parente, who's always been very motivating, you know, academia, and that's the role we've been playing. And we need, we have 2 points, 2 important points within academia. The link between academia, public-private sector. We need to have labor, qualified labor, in order to do business. I mean, we've come from better education, better quality, and, you know, to negotiate speaking English and French, speaking more than one language. This is important. I mean, we need to do this in parallel. It's useless for us to bring foreign investments here, put all of these companies here, prepare everyone for international business, and at the same time, we don't have professional labor to provide the support, you know, to go beyond our plans and projects, etc., and to really transform this into practice. Now, another important role, I would say, universities have been done this well, trying to identify these demands within the market, the type of professionals you need, the type of managers, international businesses, what many have been doing, playing this role of identifying and seeking training and education, and we've been concerned with this, and Unifor is a pioneer in this issue of going international. The partnerships, taking our students abroad, taking them abroad and having this contact with other countries and the culture from other countries, to have this capacity to facilitate negotiations. And so the role of university in this sense is very, very important. It's a piece in this puzzle. Without this, things just don't move forward. We need, we need to have professionals for business, but also in technology and health projects. I mean, it's a puzzle. It's a huge puzzle. And what's great to see here in Ceará, it's evident this perception of the public-private sector and the role of academia. I think this is important because it's a partnership. There's a strong partnership, and the university can play its role in a more efficient manner. It's very evident here in Ceará, and we're happy to be able to help out in this way. And this has been happening exponentially, okay? So we're very happy regarding the role of the university in the scenario of international business of companies in Ceará. Yeah, it's really pioneer work for future generations. Now, talking about generations, talk to us about technology. I mean, technology today is very important. So what can we obtain from technology? Even a new currency, right? I like to answer everything, really, but anyway, it's great. I was even commenting with Romulo. This event, like I said, goes way beyond just online talks. I mean, what we've been able to do in the platform, the virtual metropolis, really makes me very, very happy, because we were able to put in the platform the main players of foreign trade and foreign investments in Ceará. So we have ports, PECEM, Mucuripe, FIEC, CEBRAE, Unifor. So I'm very proud of this, and the great part in all of this, we were thinking of even putting off the event this year. But when we stopped and we thought, well, first, we're very resilient, and we're not going to be defeated by the coronavirus. And so we thought, well, we have, I mean, we can lose our personality, perhaps, but we have a lot to gain. In this event, when it's virtual, we can reach out to the rest of the world. We can have people from the whole world watching us and listening to us, people participating in the event. And that's something that we talked about, actually, Romulo, saying we talked a lot about this. I mean, this event, the beauty of this event is that it was totally co-created. You know, many people helped out. People spread throughout the world. This is possible because of technology, only possible because of technology, Neela. Today, I mean, it's almost 60 panels during these 3 days with people from different countries that we wouldn't be able perhaps to bring them to Ceará. So if it weren't for technology, so this event is really interesting in this way. And the issue of immersion, you know, an event like Mariana said that was made for people to come in. When we put the virtual metropolis, the map, the metropolitan region of Fortaleza, and then we put the hubs, the business hubs, FIEC, CEBRAE, FEComércio, event center. The convention center is shut down, but we're going to have events for the next few days because the metropolis, the virtual city, will be open for 60 days. We're going to have the convention center up and running. You know, almost 50 companies will present their products, their business, and then after, people can interact with these companies with their comments, etc. So the first thing is immersion. More than 1,000 virtual reality goggles, and we have content, Neila, and it's worth visiting almost the 30 different experiences that are shared in virtual reality. It's 360 degrees in virtual reality. 360, you're able to see on your computer, but 3D, you need to have the goggles to see depth. We made a video, but anyway, this is the second point. And the third, Mariana mentioned, and this is the most incredible thing, only technology allowed for this co-creation. So Neila, the director of Apex, Ambassador Pestana, just mentioned this. Apex created many of the panels. FEComércio helped in the creation of many panels. Many institutions co-created this event. So if I were to tell you, Neila, that there's more than 500 people that actively participated in organizing this event, this is really wonderful because of technology. If we didn't have this reality check, let's say, if we didn't have the new normal, we know many things aren't going to work. Early adopters have this challenge. Those that are in the front make mistakes. Pioneers make mistakes so that others can get it right. So this is priceless, Neila. Truly priceless. Mariana, we already have the results of the hackathon. Well, you know, I'm even going to get up, please. I'm going to break protocol. 48 hours, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And I need to announce we have here before I mention this. Hello, everyone. Welcome, everyone. We're all here on the screen with the three teams. The hackathon this week. The hackathon was a marathon programs that happened during 48 hours, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and the objectives were to take care of problems related to foreign trade, foreign investments, international cooperation, and sustainable development. We can't forget sustainable development because it's very important for us here in CEARÁ Global. And during the event, I have some numbers, okay? I even remember these numbers off the top of my head. So we had teams working all night, and during 48 hours, we had more than 500 people registered in the hackathon, people working actively, 13 teams. We had more than 40 mentors, 7 states in Brazil. Raffled off pizzas by iFood in all of Brazil. Anyway, the numbers are just incredible. And today, what happened, we had 3 teams, and Sunday night, we announced the 3 top places, but we didn't say who was first, who was second, and who was third. And this announcement will be made now. Now, before this announcement, I'd like to talk about the award. The first place for the hackathon is going to take home 5,000 reais, a 5,000 reais award. 10 hours meeting rooms at Elephant Co-working, brand registration by Vetor, and also 750 points in the points package for early stage at the APSCV Advogados. I'm part of this effort together with Romulo. Also, the 3 first places will participate in the pre-incubation program from Ricardo Motta's accelerator startup grid in Rio de Janeiro that actually was one of the facilitators. I'd like to thank Ricardo Motta, Alencar Nanda, those that facilitated the hacka and Move On. Thiago Furtado, Thiago Andrade. And second place is going to take home, besides the pre-acceleration for incubation startup grid, will take home 3,000 reais. And the second place, besides the pre-incubation program, 2,000 reais. So, without any further ado, everyone, you can turn on your mics, okay? Turn on your microphones. So I'm going to start from the third place to first place. Let's start with third place. So, first place, the first thing. The three of you, the three teams that are here, and all the other 10 that aren't here, worked a lot this week. So I'd like to congratulate all of you. We know that it's difficult, and you know, at home you have kids, family, etc. So congratulations, okay, to all of you. Third place winner with the award of 2,000 reais and a spot on the pre-incubation program at Startup Grid. Warriors team. Congratulations. So I want to tell you something. Warriors team has people from CEARÁ, from Belo Horizonte, and from Maranhão participating here to overcome challenges. What was their challenge? A solution for the port and container owners through an API that has plug in, plug out in real time. Wow. Half of this, I don't even know what it means. But anyway, I'm sure that it's great because our judges thought it was just great. Okay, so without any further ado, second place, VTS. Congratulations. This means that in first place, Oxente. Congratulations to Oxente. Oxente has people from Ceará, from Bahia, and VTS, people from Rio Grande do Sul, Minas Gerais, São Paulo, and Ceará. So, Mariana. Tessie in third place, Warriors team, congratulations to all of you. Excellent, congratulations. It was a great weekend, great experience for all of us. It was the first hackathon, in foreign trade and, you know, innovation and everything. It was great. We also ended up participating as mentors, as facilitators. It was great. Congratulations to all of you. And so we really can connect people from all states in order to seek solutions for our state and for our country. Thank you very much, and congratulations once again to all of you. Yes, congratulations. You know, Mariana, Monica, Romulo, and the winners, the capacity in doing. I mean, people are challenged. They create a new technology, and they just make it happen. It's amazing. So, you know, we're trying to be more independent from governments. I mean, how can you do international trade? You know, by creating more platforms, this work, you know, creating wealth regardless of government. Yeah, I only talked about the solution of the third place, but what about the solution for first place winners? Yeah, you know, the Oxente solution that was first place, that won first place, it's a B2B to connect players in a simplified way. So they match between exporters and importers. And the idea here, it's almost like a huge LinkedIn of international trade, but maybe they can even explain better. And the VTS team connection between small companies and cashew nut producers and foreign companies, personalized services and optimizing resources. The solution also has to do with sustainable development goals, goals 8 and 9. So anyway, very happy with your solutions. Congratulations, everyone. I was there during the 48 hours. I saw firsthand the blood, sweat, and tears. And congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to Move On. And Ayla, I see Roberta. Roberta is here with us on the screen. Roberta from the International Business Center from FIEC, you know, an institution that represents this so well. And Neila, if you allow me, Roberta, to try and answer your question, the role of technology in all of this. Hello, everyone. I wasn't prepared to speak. I was not prepared to speak, but that's good. Well, we tried to gather to come up with a solution that would be possible to apply, and you know, all of the entities that are organizing this event have already organized some kind of business round, other events in this sense. The idea was just to add to what was already offered today. So a platform that's accessible via your smartphone or computer, but that's permanent. So companies who can participate in the business rounds the whole year. And technology will make this possible. That's what it is in a nutshell, but thank you very much. We're very, very happy. And it was really a unique experience. A unique experience. Yeah, the possibility to recreate oneself. But I want Monica to talk more about this. I mean, you see the participation of people, they're challenged, and they make it happen. Of course, there's logistics behind all of this, we know. It's not something that you just do overnight. Yes, for sure, Neila. Undoubtedly, the issue of facing the challenge, we don't have few challenges. So, you know, this was the problem. And not only these three solutions, I mean, we awarded these three, but other interesting solutions came up. And how we have this capacity and using technology, and we like challenges. I mean, we also, you know, have this flavor in the event. The CEARÁ Global also has this platform and working with gamification and challenges, many challenges within the platform. So participants in the event can also go through these challenges and permeating the event, because we know really there is technology allows for this. We can create this challenge, put people in touch as we seek new technologies. And Mariana perhaps can add something, how this challenge is going to work out within the platform. Yeah, it's great because these types of events, these hackathons, they've become very common. They're commonplace nowadays. And quite often, we come up with solutions where they become companies. And so, and I actually forgot, Casa Azul Ventures, one of our partners, you see, I was forgetting, one of our great partners in CEARÁ Global is from the Grupo OPovo. Casa Azul Ventures is going to give a mentorship for first place winners. And the reason why we're going to have this mentorship from Casa Azul and the pre-incubation program, this is exactly it, that the event won't just end on that weekend.
possam ser levadas para frente e trazer resultados efetivos para a gente, né?
And
Então,
so
é muito importante isso.
this is very important, and it's not uncommon. We have companies coming out of events such as this and solving many, many problems throughout the world. Well, Rômulo, if you can talk about this, I mean, we're forming markets, for sure. I mean, and you mentioned this really well. I mean, we always need to have objectives. One of the sports that I admire, I don't do this, but is a high jump. You know, you only take a high jump because there is a bar, you know? And so when we raise the bar, for example, you have 48 hours to present an MVP of international business solution. That's the challenge. And that's the time you have. So, because then you manage resources, energy. So Monica is here. Monica presides. Look at the meaning of this. So it's in the hands of a woman who's an educator linked to a university. Today is the only foreign trade course, international business course. So we have education, higher education, and opening up new horizons. And UFC will have a very rich panel with the dean from UFC and the deputy dean, and they're going to talk exactly about the impact of the university. So education is key. If we have the possibility of knowing the differences, but before we finish, I mean, when you were talking about deadlines, we challenged the Complexo Pecém to do an immersion video in record time. And they knew it had to be delivered today. They went there and they did it. Today we're launching a video. I received the video, but everyone will have the opportunity of watching at the end of the panel. So anyway, Neila, that's what it is. I mean, we are, CEARÁ Global is here to mix up this culture, the culture of going international. You know, it's not only speaking English. It's not only about talking, speaking in English. Sometimes you go to a different country, you have the opportunity of having this cultural shock. And so nobody comes back the same. And so this experience, this possibility that the hubs have offered us, we have almost 50 connections every week with the rest of the world. And so people in CEARÁ are traveling more, foreigners are traveling, are figuring out, are learning about CEARÁ. This is transforming CEARÁ. Maybe I'm way too optimistic, but CEARÁ has changed in this sense. Yeah, and we have to connect. I think the word of the day is connection. Because even if you're not there physically, but you can be present. You know, like you said it yourself. And this restriction in clouds, like you said, we've never had so much contact, an event with so many participants like now. And we're just about to finish the panel, but what can we expect from this moment? I'd like Monica and Mariana What can we expect from this moment where technology plays an important role? We're in a moment full of restrictions, but we're going to return. Ports, a lot more contacts, more personal connections. So what can we expect starting out? Is it possible for us to dream? Can we dream? Can we think even differently?
Eu vou falar então para ser rápido,
So,
porque nós temos aqui 3 minutos, como o pessoal está dizendo ali.
We have 3 minutes.
Então vamos fechar. Então
3 minutes left.
Bom,
Well,
nós passamos aí realmente
really,
período difícil.
We're going through difficult periods. These major restrictions, etc.,
essas conexões,
have forced us to create these new connections. But here we are, we're having an opportunity, especially in the next 3 days, to see everything that we have to offer. We have a lot to offer. We've been doing a lot. I mean, we have a lot of things in CEARÁ, a lot of business, great people. I mean, like Romulo said, I don't know if we are so optimistic, but when we gather during 3 days, like in this co-creation, and show in different segments, education, investments, hubs, universities, and the event is permeating all of these scenarios. And that has been our goal since the beginning, to show everything that we have. Who's already here, who from here is already doing things abroad. And this is not going to be different now. This is only a new moment with new tools, you know, because we are seeking these new tools. And the event is here to show this. What are these new tools, and what are these new instruments that create a new form of competitiveness? But we're going to get out of this. We're going to come back. That's for sure. It's going to work. Yeah, 1 minute left. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. So everything that happened with the pandemic and the use of technology that we've been using, we've seen many companies working from home office, perhaps not even thinking of going back face to face. So great things are done by people and not by the walls, and not because of the chairs or tables. I mean, institutions' achievements are from people. And like Romulo said, we're here with more than 500 people together, people that inspire, people that inspire me. And so if there's a legacy from this pandemic, it's this learning that we've had. Yeah, Romulo, very quick, please. The pandemic did something fantastic in my life. Opportunity to read with my son. I'm reading Max Einstein. It's a book for kids. And exactly what Mariana is talking about, humanity. You know, everything exists for us to experiment, to have a better quality of life. We talk about the Sustainable Development Goals. Why development if it's not sustainable? And I'd like to finish with an invitation. Log on to our virtual city. And in the virtual city, get into the 360-degree booth. Bugaboo is a company from CEARÁ that sells to China. It's a startup from CEARÁ that sells to China. They created in Praia de Iracema a virtual experience that is simply incredible. Get in there, check it out, interact with people. That's my invitation to all of you. This human challenge. And I'd like to thank all of you for this opportunity. And, you know, I'd like to wish you a great event. Let's move forward, creating more connections, more everything. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you, Neila. And a special invitation now for us to watch, like Alexandre mentioned, let's watch together this video from the Port of Pecém to see the work that was done, this challenge to make this video. Let's check it out.
Olá, você vai